Before Shadow Union came to be, humanity struggled with its battle against darkness for a long time, to the point where some became nearly extinct, including those who could harness the power of their shards. In that time, our creators intended to use us as their super soldiers. We never knew our prime directives since their passing. Through some data sleuthing from the computers, we determined that they intended to collect the shards of light for the Lux Mirror. Shadow Union is an organization run by doubles, with one goal: to save humanity by collecting the Shards of Light. The Shards of Light would be the key to creating the Lux Mirror, and returning humanity to a time before the darkness took over the world. However, Shadow Union had another goal in mind. They wanted to rule over their creators and all of humanity to keep them in check, to usher in their version of peace. According to our creators, the Lux Mirror was a primordial relic that had the potential to grant wishes of those who had collected enough shards of light. They speculated that the relic had predated time before the Earth or the Big Bang. By collecting 13 shards, anybody could make one wish. However, that wish has its limits. An example is that it could bring back one person from the dead who hadn't died from natural causes. But there is a cost in collecting the shards. Whenever a human talks about the heart, they're talking about their shards. And by taking their shards, you're taking their heart. Grand shards are a completely different phenomenon. It allows people to make multiple wishes. Their origins are unknown, but what is known is that it's capable of collecting numerous shards like a super magnet. Some of the bigger Asai Ori even have them for whatever reason, thus making them priority number one. The Asai Ori, ironically written as shallow cage in Japanese. That's what's become of humanity since the darkness took over. Once a human turns, their own shard becomes a prisoner, and only those with the awakened power can set them free. Not many humans can do it, unfortunately. In that time, they were easy targets for the darkness. In some time, the darkness turned almost every human and animal into the Asai Ori, combining them into creating a variety of abominations. In our creators' minds, the best way to fight monsters is to fight with the monster. Our creators had been meticulously working on their super soldiers, and with their knowledge of the shards of light and the darkness, we were the fruits of their labor. Initially, they tried infusing some soldiers with a specific ratio of darkness to make them more versatile, only to turn them into the Asai Ori. They eventually decided to create soldiers with an artificial body, but only gave them shards that once belonged to someone. Upon their research, they created human life with artificial bodies, a very versatile and conscious soldier. However, they had a rough time with the results, and only a few doubles were stable. The rest of the doubles had a hard time dealing with the symbiosis between their shards and the darkness, since their body was artificial by origin. This observation gave them the idea to make an artificial shard of light. Eventually, their hard work paid off, resulting in a very versatile and obedient soldier that could be mass-produced easily. The only downside was that they were not human enough for specific missions, and could not regenerate, thus requiring repairs and a recharge. Any more prolonged exposures to the world would cause them to crumble alarmingly. They required pods to give them enough time to continue. These lesser versions of us are what our creators called lookers.